In the vast and intricate world of Greek mythology, where gods and mortals intertwined, few gods were as powerful or inspiring or as fundamentally unpredictable as Poseidon, a figure who commanded respect and fear in equal measure. He was the mighty brother to Zeus, the king of the gods, and Hades, ruler of the underworld, and he held dominion over the vast and ever-changing sea. He commanded the oceans, every wave, current, and hidden depth bowing to his will. Poseidon held sway over storms, summoning torrential rains and monstrous waves, and even earthquakes, shaking the very foundations of the land. This immense power earned him the fearsome title of Earthshaker, a name whispered with a mix of reverence and dread. Poseidon's influence stretched from the deepest, darkest trenches of the ocean floor, where sunlight could not penetrate, to the highest coastal cliffs, where the waves crashed against the rocks in a display of untamed power. His reach extended beyond the sea, even to the wild horses that galloped across the land, creatures he was said to have created. Sailors and fishermen, their lives intimately tied to the sea, constantly prayed for his favor, offering sacrifices and whispered pleas. They were acutely aware that he could grant safe passage and bountiful catches, or unleash destruction and watery graves without warning, his moods as unpredictable as the tides themselves. His temples, often built overlooking the sea, stood as constant reminders of his immense power and the respect he commanded. His presence was deeply woven into the fabric of daily Greek life, influencing their livelihoods, their fears, and their hopes. Today, we'll dive deep into Poseidon's origins, exploring his birth, his siblings, and his rise to power. We will uncover his most famous myths, the tales that have been passed down through generations, shaping our understanding of this complex deity. And we'll examine the various ways the ancient Greeks honored this mighty god, from grand temples to humble offerings. Join us as we embark on a journey to explore the legend of Poseidon, a figure as captivating as he is formidable. Together, we'll delve into the depths of the myths surrounding the unpredictable master of the sea and earth, a god whose influence continues to resonate even today. Poseidon's story begins far back in the mists of time during the Bronze Age, a period of immense cultural and societal change in ancient Greece. This era laid the foundation for many of the myths and legends we know today. It's fascinating to note that early Greek tablets, remnants of a bygone era, mention him not quite as the sea god we envision today, but as Poseidon. These tablets offer a glimpse into the nascent stages of his divine identity. In these early depictions, he was primarily a god tied to earthquakes, a powerful force of nature that could reshape the land in an instant, rather than the master of the seas. His connection to the earth was paramount. Delving deeper into ancient regions like Arcadia, we discover that Poseidon was also worshipped as a horse god, a protector, and symbol of equestrian prowess. This association highlights the diverse facets of his early worship. Furthermore, he was intrinsically linked to fertility, representing the life-giving forces of the earth and ensuring bountiful harvests. This connection underscores his deep and abiding relationship with the land and its prosperity. His iconic trident, the symbol most readily associated with Poseidon, likely began not as a weapon of the seas, but as a practical tool to strike the earth, perhaps to till the soil or to unearth hidden springs. This act of striking the earth was believed to create springs, bringing forth life-sustaining water and symbolizing his power over the very essence of life. Water, in this context, was a gift from the earth, controlled by Poseidon. Thus, his dominion extended over both land and water, a dual authority that reflected the interconnectedness of these elements in the ancient Greek worldview. He was a god of the earth and its lifeblood. Poseidon's dramatic transformation into the formidable sea god we recognize today came about after the epic clash between the Olympians and the Titans, a cataclysmic battle that reshaped the cosmos. Following their hard-won victory, the Olympian gods convened to divide the cosmos amongst themselves, establishing a new world order. Zeus, the king of the gods, claimed the sky as his domain, ruling over the heavens with thunderous authority. Hades, the somber and enigmatic brother, was granted dominion over the underworld, the realm of the dead, and Poseidon, in a pivotal moment, was bestowed with the vast and turbulent sea, becoming its undisputed ruler. While he never fully relinquished his ancient title as Earthshaker, a reminder of his primal connection to the land, his identity became inextricably and forever linked to the boundless ocean, to the ocean's vast, unpredictable power, its capacity for both creation and destruction, and its unfathomable depths. The philosopher Plato even described the mythical city of Atlantis as Poseidon's legendary domain, a testament to his power and influence, highlighting his mythic reach and solidifying his status as a god of immense importance in the Greek pantheon. From an ancient earth deity, deeply rooted in the land, to the Olympian king of the seas, a ruler of vast watery realms, Poseidon's remarkable evolution reflects the ever-changing beliefs and cultural shifts of the ancient Greeks, showcasing the dynamic nature of their mythology. His story is a captivating narrative of transformation, immense power, and enduring mystery, a testament to the enduring legacy of Greek mythology. Poseidon's myths reveal a god as tempestuous as the sea itself, a being of immense power and unpredictable moods. He embodies the raw, untamed force of the ocean, a realm over which he held absolute dominion. His stories are filled with instances of both generosity and wrath, reflecting the dual nature of the sea itself, capable of providing sustenance and prosperity, yet also capable of unleashing devastating storms and destruction. Proud, vengeful, and quick to anger, his pride was easily wounded, and his vengeance was swift and merciless. He held grudges and was not afraid to use his divine powers to punish those who dared to cross him or disrespect his authority. In the Iliad, he defied Zeus to aid the Greeks in the Trojan War, shaking the earth and rallying warriors. He took sides in human conflicts, demonstrating his active involvement in the affairs of mortals and his willingness to challenge even the authority of the king of the gods to achieve his aims. His most famous feud was with Odysseus, whose blinding of the Cyclops Polyphemus, Poseidon's son, earned him a decade of storms and hardship. This legendary journey home was fraught with peril as Poseidon relentlessly pursued Odysseus, determined to make him pay for his transgression against his offspring. Poseidon's rivalry with Athena over Athens led to the city's naming and a flood unleashed in his wrath. The contest between these two powerful deities highlights the importance of both naval power, Poseidon, and wisdom strategy, Athena, to the success and prosperity of a city-state. These stories show a god who demanded respect and whose power was a constant threat and blessing to mortals. He was a force to be reckoned with, capable of both great kindness and terrible destruction, and his influence was felt in every aspect of maritime life. He was not a distant ruler, but an active force, dangerous, emotional, and deeply involved in the world. His myths served as warnings. The sea's bounty was great, but its master's temper was legendary. To anger Poseidon was to risk disaster. He was a god to be respected, feared, and appeased, for his power over the seas was absolute, and his wrath could bring ruin to even the mightiest of kingdoms. The Greeks imagined Poseidon as a tall, muscular man with a wild beard and dark sea-coloured hair, his very image evoking the ocean's power. His trident, a three-pronged spear, was his signature symbol, capable of stirring storms, splitting the earth or creating springs. Poseidon was often shown riding a chariot pulled by seahorses, surrounded by dolphins and marine creatures, emphasizing his dominion over the waters. His palace, deep beneath the sea, was said to be made of coral and gems, a fitting home for the king of the ocean. Even in art and sculpture, Poseidon's presence inspired awe and fear, a reminder of nature's untamable might. His image was a constant in temples and public spaces, reinforcing his role as a god to be respected. Poseidon's powers were as vast as the natural world. He ruled the sea, commanded storms, and shook the earth itself. Sailors and fishermen depended on his favor for safe journeys, while his wrath could bring shipwrecks and disaster. With a strike of his trident, he could summon tempests or cause earthquakes, making him a god to be feared by all Greeks, not just those by the sea. He was also the creator of horses, embodying their wild spirit and strength. Poseidon's ability to bring forth springs showed his creative side, providing life-giving water to the land. His influence touched every aspect of nature, from the deepest ocean to the trembling earth. To the Greeks, Poseidon was both destroyer and provider, a force of chaos and creation. Appeasing him was essential for survival. So, Poseidon's worship was widespread, especially among those whose lives depended on the sea or who lived in earthquake-prone regions. Offerings of bulls, horses, and other animals were made to win his favor and avert disaster. The Isthmian Games, held near Corinth, honored Poseidon with athletic contests and chariot races, celebrating his connection to horses. Temples like the one at Sunion stood as beacons for sailors and symbols of his power. Rituals and sacrifices reflected both fear and respect, seeking to balance Poseidon's destructive and benevolent sides. His cult united communities in reverence for the unpredictable forces he controlled. Poseidon was born to Cronus and Rhea, making him brother to Zeus, Hades, and other Olympians. His queen was Amphitrite, a sea goddess who ruled by his side after being wooed by a clever dolphin. Their son Triton, half man and half fish, served as Poseidon's herald, calming or stirring the waves with his conch shell. Poseidon's many affairs produced famous offspring, including Pegasus, Theseus, and the Cyclops Polyphemus. His union with Demeter brought forth Despoina and the mythical horse Arion. This vast family tree reflected Poseidon's generative power and his deep ties to both gods and mortals. His relationship shaped many of the most enduring Greek myths. Poseidon's many titles reflected his complex nature and the diverse powers he wielded. As Enosigaios, the Earthshaker, he was both feared and revered in earthquake-prone regions. As Pelagios and Pontomedon, he ruled the open sea, while Sota marked him as a savior to sailors in distress. Kianokaites, the dark-haired, evoked the deep, mysterious waters he commanded. Hippios and Demaios highlighted his role as creator and tamer of horses. Other titles, like Krenukos and Genesios, showed his influence over springs and his role as protector of families and communities. Each epithet was a prayer, a plea for Poseidon's favor in a world shaped by his power. Though ancient temples have crumbled, Poseidon's legend endures in art, literature, and popular culture. The Romans called him Neptune, and his trident remains a symbol of the sea worldwide. He appears in books, films, and games, from Percy Jackson to God of War, captivating new generations. His image stands for the untamable power of nature, invoked by scientists and artists alike. In Greece, some still honor Poseidon through revived ancient rituals, keeping his spirit alive. The Lord of the Waters remains a living symbol of mystery, power, and the eternal pull of the sea. Poseidon's story, like the ocean, is timeless, ever-changing yet always present.